up, y'all? How y'all doing? Welcome back to the channel. It's your girl, Philly Phil, and I am back with another video. See, we had two people to speak. Let me see. Hey, Kizzy, how you? It's Kizzy. Thank you, Kizzy, for being here with your girl, PP. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Look, this won't be long. The video we're going to review of this lady from TikTok, it's only it's less than 7 minutes. But I had this set. I just got home. I mean, literally, I've been home less than 10 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. But I want to play this clip before we start reviewing her video, because the things she says in her video, if you listen and follow Dr. Umar Johnson, and I haven't been doing it that long, but she apparently had been watching him and following him a very long time. So she should have known what to expect when she met up with him to talk about the little frivolous things that she wanted to talk about, that she could have found out information anywhere else other than meeting up with Dr. Umar. But I know why you wanted to meet up with Dr. Umar, honey. You're not fooling me.
What? Where am I going at 4 o'clock? I'm coming into your house for that home cooked dinner, my sister. Lord have mercy. I'm coming into your house for that home cooked dinner. Lord have mercy. 5'5", thick in the thighs with that tight house dress on. Oh, yes. You got the mac and cheese. You got the deviled eggs. You got the baked salmon. Lord have mercy. Look, dinner on you. Dessert is on me. I said dinner is on you. Dessert is on me. I said dinner. But let's get back to the politics over the Punani. We losing focus. Let's get back to the politics over the Punani. We losing focus. Who tapping in? Who tapping in on this black on black love?
Now, y'all hear how he talk. He like a 5'5", thick in the thighs with natural hair. He likes them 5'5", thick in the thighs with natural hair. He likes them 5'5", thick in the thighs with natural hair. You already know what he like. So if you're going to go there meeting up with him looking like the things he like, you... with that earring in your nose, that it looks weird. I don't like it. I don't like when people put earrings in their damn nose. And look at her over there. She all hugged up with him. She was happy there, but now she got so much to say. All right, let me find the video. Look what this gal at, or what she had to say about Dr. Umar. You know, I'm tired of folks talking about Dr. Umar. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. Is this? Yeah, I think this is it right here. Okay, let's start listening to her. She put this on TikTok. Let's listen.
I've known Dr. Umar for 3 years. I met him when I was 24 years old. And this is a recent picture. We just met in June of last year. And we did just...
Can y'all hear this video? Because last time I was playing something and nobody could hear it, but nobody told me. Can y'all hear this video? Or can you all hear her talking? Let me do this. Can you all hear her talking? Can you all hear the video? Can you all hear the video? Can you hear the video? Or do I need to put it through my speaker? Kizzy, can y'all hear it? Y'all can hear? Okay. All right, let's continue to play, honey.
Discuss his children along with a few other things. We met up at Brandywine Diner on Concord Pike last year, and because he wanted to take me out to lunch, and I kind of wanted to talk about just have a conversation with him regarding black content creators on TikTok and social media.
There's the restaurant that they met at, Brandywine Diner on Concord Pike. There's where they met at, her and Dr. Umar. See, I don't like a woman that'll come out and wait until a man. Now, you have held on to you all's meeting all this time, but now all of a sudden you want to come out and try to help the others attack him and get at him. You want to tell. Dr. Umar has said that it would not be him that tells. Well, I got that video. If somebody finds out about him and a woman, it wouldn't be coming from him. It would not. What did I do with that? Oh, that's on my short. Hold on. Let me let y'all hear what Dr. Umar says. See, he would never have told about his meeting with this woman. He would not have done that. But it's her. It's her thirstiness. because she didn't have no problems that were so bad for her to meet up with Dr. Umar at the diner. Trust me. She only went there because she's infatuated with him and she wanted to see him. But she say she got a man. Your man should, but we're going to get to that. We're going to get to that, honey. I don't like women that do that. You use a slick heifer with all of that damn earring in your nose looking crazy. Let me see. Here you go.
Ladies, you gotta love Dr. Umar Johnson. Listen to what he has to say. Listen, ladies. You ever gave a man some of your cookies and then he go running around and telling everybody and their mama, posting it on social media, taking private pictures of you? Listen to what Dr. Umar says. This is how men should treat women if they're lucky enough to get their chocolate chip cookies. Okay?
Steffi, if anybody know about me and another woman being physical, she ran her damn mouth. It never comes from me. I respect the black woman too much to chat about our personals. If she wanted to bless me with a royal cookie, nobody would ever know.
I'm sorry. If y'all bless him with the royal cookies, nobody would ever know unless you tell it. Like this woman here, spilling her guts because what she saw was an opportunity to get traction. She's a struggling streamer like myself and the rest of a lot of people who's latching on and wants to get, but she's doing it to harm him. And he may not like what I'm doing. I don't know. It matters different to me. Let me say this here to Dr. Umar. I got a whole career and a job. I do this for fun. But what I'm doing, I believe in. What I'm talking about right now, I truly believe what I'm saying. I mean that. But this little heifer here waited until an opportune time popped up to come out and try and expose Dr. Umar. You're the one who reached out to him to meet him. You women reach out to him. You all call his number that he puts up and tell you all to text and call. He doesn't call you guys. You reached out to him and you got a whole man at the house. But you say, I'm going to meet Dr. Umar for lunch at the diner to talk about we're going to hear. Let's listen to it.
So while we're talking, we talk about religion, we talk about racism in America, we talk about secret societies, because that was really my peak of interest. So we first started off by talking.
See, Dr. Umar, when the heifer said she want to talk about some secret societies, I would have thought she was crazy then. I don't want to talk to nobody who want to talk about secret societies. When she said she wanted to meet up and talk about secret, well, she probably didn't tell you what she wanted to meet up and talk about until you got there. But when she wanted to talk about secret societies, do you believe in secret societies, Dr. Umar? I mean, that's just weird to me for her to want to meet up with you and talk about secret societies. And then, she's this type of woman that, in public is, hey, how are you doing? Good morning. How are you? Would you like some coffee? Oh, I got some latte. What are you doing for lunch? Okay, girl, I'll see you there. But when you leave, what up, home girl? What's going on? See, that's the type. No, I know them. I've worked with them for years. I know them. That's why they don't like me. I'm too real. I can't fake it. Good morning. How are you? No, you fake and phony. That's how you are. Damn the corporate. Be yourself. All right, let's get back to it. We won't be here long. It's only a 6-minute video, y'all.
Talking about why he was in Wilmington again. He's always going to his school in Wilmington, Delaware, because number one, he's being audited by the IRS a lot. When I first met him in 2022, he literally told me he was there because his accountant was caught stealing funds from the school. They were receiving donations for the school, and he was saying that his accountant was stealing money.
Now, that is the school behind that building. I specifically put that picture. He just did this video the other day. He was in front of his school. That is the FDMG Academy that people like to say does not exist. That is the school, that gold building, FDM, that is his school. I know people are all over the internet saying it doesn't exist. he's scammed, he's stolen money, this, that, and other. But what are they doing? What school are they opening? Other than watching what this man does every day of his life. I mean, you literally have a man on here that's watching everything that Umar does. Dr. Umar. I mean, I heard a man earlier say that he knows how much money Dr. Umar has collected. He thinks he knows everything about Dr. Umar. He says Dr. Umar stays at in his mama's closet. The man is crazy. He needs some cootie pop. He need a 5'5" thick in the thighs woman is what he needs. Okay, let's get back to this video. Let's get back to the video.
So he had to fire that accountant, and the IRS was asking for proof, like where the money went. So he started commuting from Philadelphia to Wilmington, Delaware frequently, just so he could be at the school in case anybody shows up and asks why the school's not done or where the kids are at or what's going on. So when I met up with him last year, he was just coming back from the school when we had lunch. I guess the IRS is still asking him about the school because it's not done. Like, he's receiving money, donations, but there's no progress with the school. If you were to go up right now to the school, like, there's wooded boards on the doors, on the windows, there's weeds, graffiti on some of the buildings. Like, it's not in proper condition.
Lies, you tell a girl with the damn earring hanging out her nose, looking like a big booger coming out your nose. That's the school right there. That is the school right there. Does it look like there's weeds and doors and things boarded up? Does it look like the windows are boarded to you guys? Does it look like that? There is a school. There has been a delayment in the opening. The opening has been delayed, but it will happen. And I know this isn't what a lot of people want to hear, because most people on the YouTube streets are used to mess and gossip and folks dragging folk. You know what I'm saying? And then you have some people, I'm supporting Dr. Umar. You might have some women that support me that don't like Dr. Umar. You know, they're all into the women stuff and they're not feeling it. It is what it is. The man, I believe, has been falsely accused, because women have a lot of power when it comes to seeing your children. And the women out here, you know that. You know that. But it is what it is. I don't give a damn if you don't support me or not. It doesn't matter.
There's no AC, there's no heating, there's nothing. Like, the school's not ready. When we were talking at the table, I started asking him a lot of private questions, like, were you married? Do you have any kids? He was telling me, yes, I have 2 daughters. One of them is a teenager and the other one is maybe 7 years old at the time. So the child is probably 9 years old. So he was saying to me that the mother of those girls, or the mother of, I don't know if it's 2 separate women or just one woman, the woman or the women are taking.
Dr. Umar, when you meet up with these 5'5" thick in the thighs helper, don't tell them nothing. Don't tell them nothing. Don't you tell them nothing. And I'm going to tell you something. They don't have no problems. Well, some of them may have a problem. But they literally want to meet you. Some of them really just want to meet you and really probably are infatuated with you and want to be around you. But this one right here, she's a little slick heifer because she had a man. She had an ulterior motive. She says she had a man. We're going to hear that in a minute. So why are you meeting up with Dr. Umar? You sound like you think you're smart and you know everything. You could have found out the little information you wanted to know from somewhere else based on the questions you were asking him. But now you come out here to try and harm his reputation and defame his character and to stop more monies from being donated to his school. You're trying to hurt him, a man that you once seeked out for advice. So I know you are nothing but a liar, ma'am. You are a liar. I know women like you. I've seen them. I've worked with them for years. I know women like you. I know people like you. You're fake and phony. You're fake and phony. I'm just going to call it what it is. You uppity. You uppity is what you are.
Him to court for child support because he's not an active dad. He's not in their life. And he told me that as well. He doesn't visit them as much as he should. However, he visits his mom a lot and she's in Philly. So I just was confused. I was like, how are you talking about being a pillar and how Black men are so needed in families today, but you're not even an active dad? He was not an active father. He said it. He confirmed it. I can back this young lady up. He did say that he was not going to be there. And on top of that, he was saying that he would like to, in the future, every 2 weeks out of the month, go to Ghana. He practices Ifa, which is African spirituality. And we were talking about that for a while because I'm kind of versed in it as well. And so when we were talking, I was asking him, I was like, so you never got married? He said, oh, no, I never got married to any of those women. But he dated a lot. And I could tell that he was a playboy because he was very, very flirtatious. Very. And
okay, you guys have heard Dr. Umar talk. You guys have heard the things he liked to say. So any woman meeting up with him already know he likes some 5'5", thick in the thighs. Okay? And she went there with her and natural hair. She went there with that little earring in her nose and her natural hair. And she knew she would entice him. She knew, I'm a woman. She knew it. She's attracted to Dr. Umar. She's attracted to him. She is. She's attracted to him, you guys. Where is it? Is this it? If you hear him talking like this, you already know what's about to go down when you meet up with him.
Where am I going at 4 o'clock? I'm coming into your house for that home cooked dinner, my sister. Lord have mercy. I'm coming into your house for that home cooked dinner. Lord have mercy. 5'5", thick in the thighs with that tight house dress on. Oh, yes. You got the mac and cheese. You got the deviled eggs. You got the baked salmon. Lord have mercy. Look.
He likes mac and cheese, deviled eggs, and baked salmon. Okay.
Dinner on you, dessert is on me. I shake.
Dinner on you, dessert is on me. She's heard, she's watched this man. She's listened, she's followed him. She knows how he speaks. She knows what he does. She knows what he likes. She knows. She already knew.
I said, dinner is on you, dessert is on me. I said dinner, but let's get back to the politics over the punani. We losing focus. Let's get back to the politics over the punani. We losing focus. Who tapping?
And he's not no preacher. He's a man. He's a single man that likes women. He don't swing the other way. He likes punani. Okay? And he's King Kong consciousness. I heard he'll beat it down for the real type of a King Kong. Now that's what I heard. I don't know. So you know when you going to holler, I want to talk about my child. I want to talk about the secret society. Girl, you ain't worried about ain't no damn secret society. You living in a society. Ain't no secret society. The secret is you wanted to meet up with Dr. Umar and then later come out and try to harm him about the meetup. All right. I'm digressing. Hey, Daniels. Okay, let's get back to this real quick. This little mama here.
Also, I noticed too, his personality is much different in person than it is online. I'm not sure if it's because I'm a woman or something like that, but he's not as animated.
Girl, I'm not. Do you think I go around through like, what up, bitch, girl, people? This is YouTube. It's an illusion. When he comes on, it's an illusion. This is an illusion, okay? This is an illusion. What I'm speaking about, I truly believe in, but this is an illusion, honey. She said he wasn't as animated. What did you thought you was gonna get him hollering? I don't even know all the stuff he say. I can't even try to repeat it, so I'm not gonna even do that. But let's listen to this girl again, honey. She said he wasn't as animated.
Because he was very, very flirtatious, very. And also I noticed too, his personality is much different in person than it is online. I'm not sure if it's because I'm a woman or something like that, but he's not as animated. He seems more hyped up when he's like on a podcast or online, really engaging. He was not as engaging in person. And I felt like that was interesting. I was having to ask him questions. He didn't really.
You know, that's how Leos are. We have to, you know, when we are in person with you, we're not gonna just really just start talking and be the most talkative one. You know, Barack Obama is a Leo, but you know, we're going to assess the things around us. We're not just going to start blurting things out. But when he goes live on Instagram or TikTok or whatever, and mainly Instagram, he's King Kong consciousness. He's the Pan-African prince when he does that. Okay? But when you meet him in person, he's himself. See, you were infatuated with him. You were wanting him to show up 5'5", thick in the thighs, buttercup, all that stuff. That's what you were wanting. That's what you wanted, ma'am. That's why you reached out to him and called that number or text that number and set up that meeting with him to meet at their restaurant. Y'all want to know where they met? Let me show y'all where they met at. They met right here at the Brandywine Diner. She met him at the Brandywine Diner over a year ago. Now she's out here talking about it because she saw an opportunity. She's an opportunist is what she is. Oh. Now let's listen to the girl. Let's listen, child.
He asked me questions. It's almost like we had lunch just for me to ask him questions. And I didn't really like that because it was supposed to be a back and forth discussion. And so we were talking about a variety of topics. He is extremely flirtatious. And that was the last time I met up with him, and probably the last time, because it was very aggressive because I'm in a relationship. And when I had met up with him last year, I told my partner, like, I'm going to go have lunch with Dr. Umar. He was like, what the fuck? So he was like, yeah, go have lunch and come back and let me know how it goes. But y'all,
you know what? You heard her. Listen. She says he was flirtatious. Okay, listen to this. This is him. He's been this way.
What? Where am I going at 4 o'clock? I'm coming into your house for that home cooked dinner, my sister. Lord have mercy. I'm coming into your house for that home cooked dinner. Lord have mercy. 5'5", thick in the thighs with that tight house dress on. Oh, yes. You got the mac and cheese. You got the deviled eggs. You got the baked salmon. Lord have mercy. Look, dinner.
Deviled eggs, mac and cheese, and baked salmon. He said, dinner on you, dessert on him. We all know what it means when they say dessert is in baby. Girl, you were infatuated with the man. Just admit it. All right, let's keep listening to it. Let's keep listening.
Before I go back to seeing my boyfriend, on my life, when we left, I gave him a hug. He was like, He said, the women got to have booty. And I was like, what? He said, you got to have booty. If I'm talking to you, you got to have booty. Can you cook? I was like, yeah, I can cook. He was like, good. Good. So you can cook and you got booty. And he was backing up from me. He said, He said, business before back shots. Business before back shots. I wish I was kidding. I wish I was kidding. And
homegirl, I know you're not kidding. You know how I know? Right here.
What? Where am I going at 4 o'clock? I'm coming into your house for that home cooked dinner, my sister. Lord have mercy. I'm coming into your house for that home cooked dinner. Lord have mercy. 5'5", thick in the thighs with that tight house dress on. Oh, yes. You got the mac and cheese. You got the deviled eggs. You got the baked salmon. Lord have mercy. Look, dinner on you. Dessert is on me. I said dinner is on you. Dessert is on me. I said dinner. But let's get back to the politics over the Punani. We losing focus. Let's get back to the politics over the Punani. We losing focus. Who tapping it? Who tapping?
I know you're not kidding. You've heard him talk. You've heard him in his chats. You've heard him on his lives. You know what this meant because you have watched him. You have waited for the opportunity to meet with him at the diner, at the local diner in Delaware, ma'am. You're not fooling. You're not fooling me. You might be fooling other folks, but you're not fooling me. I know how women work. I know you like this man. I know you are attracted to him. That's the only reason you met with him. You didn't want this. Okay, let's listen. Let me finish listening.
And mind you, I'm in a fucking relationship. So I was like, what do you mean business before back shots, nigga? Like, what? So he's
Why you take your happy-go-lucky ass over there, okay? Smiling and grinning in his face, y'all. Look at her. Smiling and grinning in his face. Look at her over there. But now she want to talk some shit. Did she look like she was upset right there, y'all? Did she look like she was upset? He probably had his hand on her thick in the thighs or something. No, I'm not going to say he did that. No, I'm not going to say he did that. But look at her now. Now she want to look all, she didn't have a damn earring in her nose on that when she took a picture with him. Now she got an earring in her nose and she want to look all dismayed and like what's going on. But she's smiling with Dr. Umar right there. Y'all see that picture? Y'all see it. I don't have to, y'all see it. I just don't like women that want to all of a sudden play.
He's laughing to himself and he goes back to his car because he was going to go back to Philly to go take care of his mom. And I was like, I can't see this fool again because what do you mean business before back shots? No back shots are being given. What? Because business before back shots, whose back are you shooting? Because it's not mine. The fuck? So extremely flirtatious. Very much so. I remember asking him to.
Hell yeah, he flirtatious. He's a man. He's a man that like women. He's a real man. He likes the punati. He's a man. He like them 5'5", thick in the thighs. Butter chocolate, coconut, brown. He like them 5'5", thick in the thighs. If you don't want to be around, why you meeting up with the man one-on-one? Let me tell you something. You don't meet up with no man one-on-one if you not no. I refuse to believe it. You was a little attracted to him, ma'am. You not fooling me. You might fool some of the people some of the time, but you not going to fool me none of the time. You're not going to do it. Yes, he's flirtatious. You've heard him in his lives. What do you, at ease, my queen. Y'all know what he does. And the women love it. I'm sorry, they do.
Like, are you and Suki Hana like a thing? Because I know she's from Delaware too. I was like, do y'all, are y'all fucking?
Why are you worried about if he's sleeping with somebody else? Don't you have a man? Worry about your man and who he's sleeping with. Why you running around meeting Dr. Umar at the local diner, talking about you want to talk about a secret society, but you really want to have some secrets with Dr. Umar. I know what you want to do. I can see right through you. You wanted to have some secrets with Dr. Umar. You wasn't worried about no damn secret society because a damn secret society don't exist. You wanted to meet with Dr. Umar. You're infatuated with him, ma'am. You like Dr. Umar. It's a lot of people infatuated with him. I like him. I think he's awesome. But I'm not going to meet up with him and then holler, oh, he was so flirt. I know he flirtatious. I know he better flirt with me if I meet up with him. I'm gonna be like, hell, you flirted with that heifer with a damn ring, and I know what the hell you won't flirt with me. What's wrong with me? Because I know I look just as good as her.
I was asking him too. I was like, are you and Suki like a thing? Like you? Because I know she's from Delaware too. I'm like, are y'all fucking like? And he was like, no, we're friends. That's my girl. She got her own restaurant in downtown Wilmington somewhere. Mm-hmm. Sure. When you say to me, business before back shots, and you and Suki are just friends, highly doubt it, because you got a big booty too. Anyway, I say all this to say, this young lady is telling the truth. He is a deadbeat father, extreme hypocrite, and huge flirt. This is not the black man you think he is. He's loyal. He got a wife at home. He take care of his kids. He's not that type of black man. He is, he spreads his seed. He told me he only got 2 kids. I feel like it's more. He's not visiting his children. He's not paying child support. And these things came out of his own fucking mouth. Okay. So I believe this young lady, and I just had to wait. I've known Dr. Umar.
All right. And that was all of that video. I told y'all it wasn't a long video. That lady, I think, let me see, somebody said something. Let me see what y'all said. Hey, Daniels, how you doing? Hello, Miss Lisa Diane. Good evening. How are you? Looking for truth. Okay. Looking for truth. Welcome. Um, Look, I know what I'm talking about. You guys don't have to believe me. It's not that many of you in here, but that woman was infatuated with Dr. Umar. She could read up on secret societies. You don't have to meet with Dr. Umar to talk about a damn secret society, woman. And now you want to come out and try and throw salt on him because he flirted with you when we all know he likes some five thick in the thighs, and he ain't gone. He ain't no punk. He like women. He's not married. He's a single man. Now he's out here fighting for justice and and fighting for the youth and wanting people to do well, but he's still a man. He's still a man, honey. And you don't meet up with a man like that by yourself. And you probably had your little tight shit on. Oh, you wanted him, and then you want to come cry wolf. He flirted with me. Well, what did you expect when you went there dressed by yourself and left your partner at home? And your partner crazy for letting you go. Y'all got a woman. Y'all let her go meet Dr. Umar alone if you want to. When they walk up and he get at ease, my queen, and they come home looking at you crazy, then you're gonna be look. I'm telling you what I know. I'm telling you what I know. All right. I'm gonna listen to a little bit of, we're gonna do a little bit of he did a live the other night talking to the parents, a live teleconference. But we're gonna have to let him get through his opening because I don't know how to fast forward it. How would he tell her that he wasn't going to get received? You know what? You know what? You're right. She did say that. He told her about his children. She's talking about two of them. She's just been listening to things talking about, I think that girl is right. No, he didn't tell her that. I don't think he did. And I'm telling you, he has not been able to see his children because the women would not let him. The younger one, the 13-year-old, now the other, Anisha is grown. She's 22. She running around. She dropping it like it's hot. She dancing on the. She good. She's a grown woman. She's 22. She doing her thing. She want to talk to her daddy. She can. Her mama can't do nothing. Her mother can't do anything to stop it. He offered, her birthday is coming up. He said, I want to take you out for your birthday. I hope, she says she wants to have a relationship with him. So I hope she takes him up on the offer. If I was him, I personally wouldn't do it. If my child came out here and called me a bitch, I wouldn't do it. But he wants to do it. I hope she does it. All right, we're going to go back to this video. I know. I'm going to put this up for right now. I don't know how to fast forward it. I don't know how to fast forward it.
Peace and Pan-Africanism, peace and Pan-Africanism, peace and Pan-Africanism, peace and Pan-Africanism.
Good Garvey Day to my continental Africans. Good Garvey Day to my Australian Africans. Good Garvey Day to my Africans in Europe and Asia. Good Garvey Day to my Africans in Canada, Central America, South America, the Caribbean. Good Garvey Day to my Africans in the South Pacific. Good Garvey Day to my Texas Africans, my Carolina Africans, my Georgia Africans. Good Garvey Day to my New York, my New Jersey, my Connecticut Africans. Good Garvey Day to my Massachusetts, Maine.
Okay, so this video we're listening to now is something he did on his Instagram. This is the April 2025 edition of the Black Teleconference for the Parents. This is so weird. What's weird? What's weird? My bro sent me the video of the woman that I didn't know about that. My brother, you know, he don't like Dr. Umar. He don't like Dr. Umar, but that's okay. At ease, my king. At ease, okay? All right, let's get back to his. I just want to listen to one or two calls of him talking to parents and helping them, because I'm gonna tell you, people are out here really running their mouth about Dr. Umar and saying he's this, that, and the other, but I don't see anyone else out here holding teleconferences and trying to help parents and give them advice, whether they take it or not. I don't see anyone else doing it. They want to get paid. This was free. All they had to do was submit their information, and he called them. Well, let me just play the video so you can see.
Vermont, Rhode Island Africans. Good Garvey Day to my Nashville, Chattanooga, my Memphis Africans. Good Garvey Day to my St. Louis Africans. Good Garvey Day to my Kansas City Africans. Good Garvey Day to my Louisville, Kentucky Africans. Good Garvey Day to all my HBCU student Africans around the country. Good Garvey Day to my Chicago, Detroit, Omaha, Minneapolis, Des Moines Africans. This is your big brother, Dr. Umar Ifatunde, the notorious RBG, Nana Payina.
He's holding a teleconference giving terrible advice. What is terrible about the advice coming from? He has a degree in child psychology. What's terrible about his advice? What's terrible about his advice? I don't see it. Well, maybe someone else needs to come out and outdo him that has a better degree, maybe. But I listened to it. I was in the live. I happened to wake up, honey, and woke up, and he was like, and I listened to it all. So I've already heard the live. I've already heard it. I thought it was awesome sauce.
The Ifatunde Oguntade, and today is the spring edition of the Black Parent Teleconference. Today is the spring edition of the Black Parent Teleconference. If you have a question about your son or daughter, or a boy or girl who you care about. If you have a question about education or mental health, now is the time. If you have a question about education or mental health, now is the time. You can text me and I will call you so you can ask your question live for the benefit of the entire Pan-African listening audience. You can text 215-989-9858. You can text 215-989-9858. You can text 215-989-9858. If we don't have enough callers, we will prematurely end. Okay, I started a little late. Please forgive me for that. Let's see if we have any questions to get the day started. Again, if you have a question about your son or daughter, 215-989-9858, 215-989-9858. I will not be pinning my number. I said my number if you're too lazy to write it down.
No, he said he ain't gonna pin the number. I mean, who's been duped? How do you feel like you've been duped looking for the truth? Did you donate money to the school? What is your problem with Dr. Umar? What's your issue with Dr. Umar? What's your issue with Dr. Umar? What's your issue with Dr. Umar? I'm just asking. I just want to know what I've donated to. I sent him $50 just the other day. That's not a lot of money, but it is to some people. I PayPal'd FDMG $50. Look, things will sometimes have a delayed opening. There's a lot that he has to do. He's got to have a staff. He's got to have security. He's got to have a curriculum. He's got to have everything. And if people are steady dragging his name and making people not want to donate to him, that's cutting out the money, so he can't keep going. Because you have jealous ass men out here fucking with him. I'm gonna try to be good. Let me just play the video, because I don't want to be at ease, my queen. Let me get myself together. Okay, let me get myself together. Let me just play the video. Okay, let me just play the video, honey. Woo!
That's your business. If I got enough energy to get up and do the call, you certainly got enough energy to write the number down. So if there's any parents today with a question about their child, okay, text your first name and your city. Text your first name and your city. That's the instructions. Text your first name and your city, where you are, to 215-989-9858.
Hello?
Good Garvey Day, my brother. Where you based at?
Jersey, Newark, New Jersey.
Newark, New Jersey. Peace, peace, peace. I actually be in New Brunswick, New Jersey on the 17th of this month, and I'm supposed to be in Newark on the 23rd of this month, I think it is.
You headed back to the bookstore?
No, sir. It's going to be at a different location. On the 23rd, it's at a university. But I'll have that information. You could text me for it in about a week. Go right ahead with your question, good brother.
So my question is, what's the difference between the 504 and the IEP? Because my one man struggling in school, so I'm trying to decide what's the best route to take.
How old is he?
10.
What grade?
He's about to be, well, he stayed back, so he's about to be in 6.
Okay, about to be, okay, so right now he's finishing the 5th grade?
Yes.
Okay, he already has an IEP?
Not yet. They went to test him for it, but I want to know if they should test him for an IEP or 504. I'm not.
He has to be quiet because his mom is in the other room. How do you know where he is? But I heard his mom had been sick and he was taking care of his mom. But how do you know he's... You people are really, you know, you're doing too much to try to know where a person is. Where do you think I'm at? I'm in my mama's basement right now. I'm in my mama's basement with a whole green screen and everything. I'm in my mama's basement. It's unfortunate that many of us have been duped by this man. My brother says he agrees. How have you been duped by, bro? You ain't did nothing. You ain't gave no money. How you been duped by? We have questions about his daughter. What about his daughter? His daughter is 22, doesn't want to meet. He's offered to be with her on her birthday that's coming up. The mother would not let him see her. She's now grown. She can go and see her father if she wants to. The other one is 14. The evil vegan says, no, you can't see the baby vegan. What y'all want the man to do? Go over there and demand his way in so they can call the man on him? And another brother down? Be a rotten king before we know it. But he's smarter than that. He know the deal. All right, let's get back to the video.
Not sure what the difference is.
Okay, help me understand why you want him tested at all, though. What is the problem?
They saying he's showing signs of dyscalculia. That's it's like
it's a math disability.
Yeah.
Based on what, though? What is he doing that makes them feel that? Because remember, the school will throw around labels. I don't care about the labels. I want to know the symptoms of the label. What are they seeing that makes them believe he has this math disability?
Well, I have a meeting with them on Tuesday to get more details on it.
Okay. Did you sign a permission to evaluate form already?
Not yet.
Okay, because you shouldn't sign it if you don't have your questions answered. We should not be letting anybody evaluate our children if we don't know why, number one, and if we don't agree, number two. If I were you, because we are now in April, the school year is just about over. You probably got, when do they get out? May or June?
June.
Okay, so basically you're looking at 2 months of school, because you're basically looking at about 2 months of school. So if my personal rule is, I don't think we should ever allow our children to get evaluated this late in the school year. You know, I don't really like to see them evaluated after March, but definitely not after April, because it's the end of the year. And the reason I don't think you should allow him to get tested at this late point is this concern that they're expressing about your son's ability to learn is based off the opinions of one teacher. The teacher he has this year. Next year, he will be with a different teacher. He may be with different classmates. He will definitely be in a different grade. So why allow them to put your son in special ed next year for the opinions of the teacher he had this year? So if it were me, I would not get him tested. I would get my son a tutor that I would pay for out of my own pocket. You could find a retired teacher in Newark. I'm sure there's plenty of them. You could get a high school student, a college student to tutor your son because he's so young. And I would simply get him a math tutor. I never met your son.
Yeah, I was thinking about going down to Rutgers and paying somebody, a little youth that need a little extra change in their pockets or something like that.
Yeah, that's what you should do. But there's no way I'm letting them test my 5th grade son at the end of the school year. No way. I'm going to get him a tutor, and we're going to see how he does next year. Now, to answer your question, the difference between the 504 and the IEP. The IEP is a plan that is given to a child who has been evaluated and has been determined to have a learning disability. There are 13
You say he told y'all he lived with his mama. Well, what's wrong with living with your mama if he taking care of his mama? Every time he try to do something, folks get out here and try to scandalize his name, try to pull him down. But I don't know if he's living with his mama or not. I don't care where he's living. Just go do what you do. Get the school going and help the people. I don't care where. He could be living in a ditch for all I care. Do you think it was a good idea to attack his baby mamas the way he has if he wants to have a relationship with his daughters? I think that it has been years. You guys, we are just finding out about this. This has been going on since those babies were born. The second baby mama had the baby. He said he was wanting to be in the room with her. She waited a week and said, "Oh, the baby is already here." He was like, "Oh, it's already here?" He was supposed to be there when she delivered. She didn't even tell him she delivered until a week later. Women can be scandalous and devious and mean. It is what it is. But men is a mofo now. Don't get it twisted. I know this. But we're just talking about women and keeping the kids away from the father right now. I have seen this. I have witnessed this in real life. I know what women can do. I know the power they have when it comes to the children. It's not like he was a deadbeat dad. People are lying, saying that's a lie. When they say he was a deadbeat dad, you're lying. You a lie and the truth not in you. When you pay child support, you're not a deadbeat. You're taking care of the child. You're giving them monetary. You're taking care of the child. But if the mama won't let you spend physical time with them, that's not, what can he do? It's not on him. I don't want to hear nothing about no court-appointed visitations and all that. That's stupidity talking. That's BS talking. I don't care what the court appointed. If the mama don't want her child to go, they not going. And the mama wouldn't care what the judge say. The mama not gonna let them go if they don't want them to go. And you people know this. You know it. And you know it.
Federally defined special education, learning disabilities. They include autism, emotional disturbance, intellectual disability, speech and language impairment, hearing impairment, visual impairment.
So through the poll, she says specifically SLD, specific learning disability. That is specifically a label, or is it more to that?
Right, I'm gonna come to it. Okay. Orthopedic impairment, multiple disabilities, other health impairment, and the most popular, there's 13 of them, and the most popular one, the one that is most used in special ed history and on our children, is the specific learning disability. And there's 8 types of the specific learning disability. So there's 8 subtypes of that one disability. There's basic reading skill. So you can have specific learning disability for basic reading skill. You can have specific learning disability in reading comprehension. You can have specific learning disability in reading fluency. You can have specific learning disability in listening.
He's not diagnosing anyone. He's just giving advice. He's just having a conversation and giving advice. They don't have to follow the advice. But what he's doing, I don't see any of these other uppity folks doing. All these educated, fancy talking, privileged people. I don't see them doing it. I don't see them doing it. Living with your mom at 50 years old is a problem. Well, I don't know where he lives, and I don't care. I like the work that he does. I like the things he's fighting for. You know, it doesn't make, look, you can't confuse the two. What he's fighting for and the things he's saying, I believe in, and I think they're good. But I know he's just a man. I know he's not a God. Some people have put him on a pedestal and think he's not God. He's a man who likes some 5'5" thick in the thighs. He likes some 5'5" thick in the thighs. He's just a man, honey. He's just another man. That's all he is. And I can't find that video. He like them 5'5" thick in the thighs. Oh, I think that's funny. Oh my goodness. Hold on. So, you know, I don't get it confused. Wait a minute, this might be it. I don't care if he's 50 and he lived with, but what he's fighting for and the things he's coming out speaking up on, I believe in. Black queens forever.
What? Where am I going at 4 o'clock? I'm coming into your house for that home cooked dinner, my sister. Lord have mercy. I'm coming into your house for that home cooked dinner. Lord have mercy. 5'5" thick in the thighs with that tight house dress on. Oh, yes. You got the mac and cheese. You got the deviled eggs. You got the baked salmon. Lord.
Mac and cheese, deviled eggs, baked salmon, and in a tight house dress. That's what he want to see his woman cooking food and serving it in a tight house dress. He's a man. Come on, I know a lot. Child, please. What if Umar is lying about all that he has said about his baby mamas? He lies about everything he does. How do you know he lied? Are you a psychologist on lying? Have you tested him and know when he's lying? How do you know he's lying? When he sweats, or could it just be that his sweat glands or he gets hot? How do you know he's lying? How do you know he's lying? Why are you so infatuated with Dr. Umar? He didn't make you give him the $1,000. He didn't make me send him my $50. He don't make people do anything. We do it because we want to. So you can't blame him because you did something that you wanted to do at the time. Because you sit up and listen to other people, men, whoever, talk about Umar is a liar. Umar is a scandal. Umar is collected over this. I've been watching Umar since 2000. Who the hell been watching somebody for 25 years? Fuck, get a life. Are you crazy? How you gonna watch somebody all them years and got videos to coincide with every year? You crazier than a mofo. As a man, you need to go get you a woman. Get you some cootie pop. You got a problem, player. You got a problem. And I'm not here to solve it, but you got a problem.
Comprehension, oral expression, written expression, math calculations, and math reasoning. So what they're claiming your son has would actually fall under specific learning disability for math calculations. That's the one. But to the question, in order to get an IEP, you have to be evaluated and you have to be classified with one of those 13 learning disabilities that I just named. You already said they're looking at the learning disability for math. Now, the IEP is a modified curriculum for the disabled child in the disabled area. It is a modified curriculum for the disabled child in the disabled area. So if your child has autism, the IEP is going to be the curriculum for autism. Your child got a reading disability, the IEP is going to be the curriculum for the reading disability. In your son's case, allegedly, because I don't think nothing wrong with the boy. He probably ain't practicing enough. He probably ain't focused enough, and they probably not teaching him well enough. I would get him a tutor. But in your son's case, they're looking at specific learning disability for math calculations. So what that would mean then is that your son, if he was classified as that, if you allowed him to do that, he would get an IEP that targets his math calculation skills. So he would get pulled out of the classroom for a certain amount of time each day or each week to get that extra help. But what I'm
now look, he sound like say what you want, but he sound like he's talking like somebody who has studied or knows what he's talking about when it comes to certain things. So say what you want. Let me see what y'all comments saying. Let me see what y'all saying. Let me see. Oh, y'all ain't saying nothing else. Okay. Y'all. Oh, PP is telling the truth on that women or some women will do that. Y'all know some women, girl, I ain't letting that ninja come over here and get whatever, honey. He over there, the other girl, whatever, he ain't taking my baby, or she ain't finna be around that trick. Y'all know it. Why y'all acting like that? You should think, use your brain. I know you know what I'm talking about. You know you got some home girls. It might even be you. And some of these people speaking about him, they got a baby by a man, and he might have 3 or 4 other baby mamas. They know what it's like to have different baby mamas all colluded together.
What? Where am I going at 4 o'clock? I'm coming into your house for that home cooked dinner, my sister. Lord have mercy. I'm coming into your house for that home cooked dinner. Lord have mercy. 5'5" thick in the thighs with that tight house dress on. Oh, yes. You got the
5'5" thick in the thighs with that tight house dress on, with the macaroni and cheese and the baked salmon and the deviled eggs. You know what he like. You see what food he like on his menu. I'm sorry. I think it's hilarious because some of these women have given to him and followed him. Now all of a sudden they mad at him. But if he was to walk up on them and just straight up walk up on him, how you doing? At ease, my queen. They'll be so damn infatuated, wouldn't know what to do. Y'all know I'm telling the truth too.
I'm telling you is, I would just get him a tutor. A tutor is going to benefit him far more than that weak learning support they're going to give your son in that Newark, New Jersey public school. So you got to be very careful about putting Black kids in special ed who are in school districts that have a reputation for horrible education in the first place. See, when your child goes to a school district that has a reputation for horrible education, then you automatically know that there's a strong possibility that my son is struggling with math because he's never been taught correctly, because most of the students in his district haven't been taught correctly.
And let me say this. What if Dr. Umar is not lying about all that he has said about his baby mamas? What if he is not lying? What if he's telling the truth? I mean, people are acting like they have given people lie detector tests, which aren't valid. But these people are acting like they really know everything about this man's life. That's what I'm saying on these internet, social media, chitlin circuit streets. People really think they know people in real life, and you don't know nobody in real life. You know the illusion that you see. This behind me isn't real, Little Rock. That's a green screen, but that's not what you see. It's an illusion. I don't wake up saying, well, come on, people. It's an illusion. He don't sit up every day hollering, I want them five, thick in the thighs. Good morning, my good girl. He don't do it. Come on, y'all. The women are mad because he won't be in a relationship. Yes. He didn't marry him. We know women like that. It is what it is. And I heard his name, King Kong Consciousness, really stands behind the name. If you know what I mean, women, you feel me? That's all I'm going to say on that one.
Because their test scores are below the state and national average, which is the case for nearly every inner city school district in America.
I don't either.
Because the white people who work in them could care less whether or not our children learn. So let me stay with the question. So the IEP, you must have a special ed disability. That disability must affect your ability to learn, and you get a modified curriculum for the disabled child in the disabled area. So with the IEP, we're dealing with a modification of instruction. That's a fancy word. When I say modification of instruction, that's a fancy concept, which simply means we're going to dumb down the education for this kid. We're going to dumb it all the way down to his level because we believe he can't learn as well as the other children. An IEP is a dumbed down curriculum for a Black child. That's all it is. They're going to reduce the goals, reduce the expectations, reduce the workload. They're going to make it easy for him.
And
now, here's what you need to be clear about. If you're slowing down the education for my son, how will he ever keep up? The answer to that question, or excuse me, how will he ever get back up on level with his other 5th grade, soon to be 6th grade classmates? The answer to that question is he won't. The answer to that question is he won't. The answer to the question is he may never catch back up in math. Black kids who go to special ed, they tend to be there till they graduate. And when they graduate, if they get a regular diploma, they're not academically functional, a lot of them. Now, the good news in your son's case is they're only looking at math. But if you let them test your son, you might want to tell them you only want them to test him for math, because if you sign that permission to evaluate form and you don't specify the disability in question, they will test your son for everything. And you don't want that, because they can come back telling you your son retarded. They can come back telling you he's emotionally disturbed. They could come back telling you he's intellectually disabled. They could come back telling you he's reading disabled. If you're going to let them do it, and I don't think you should, I think all he needs is a tutor. But if you're going to let them do it, you want to specify on the permission to evaluate form, math, disability.
And I know this isn't the type of a live or a topic that a lot of people are into. We're not over here dragging. We're not over here, but I really do I really do believe in this type of commentary that I'm doing now. I do. I'm all about, listen, knowledge is power. And I don't see a whole lot of people out here wanting to help young people, especially young Black men. They're being, they're straying into parts of unknown that they shouldn't go, and once they're there, there's no coming back, and they need guidance. And not a lot of them have a mother and a father in the home, and it's not. History has been a real issue with Black parents, Black fathers being in the home with their families. It's just history. I truly believe that. Hundreds of years of oppression. And I'm going to leave it at that and go back to the video before I get on my soapbox. Y'all think Dr. Umar something else. I'm something else.
Only. You want to write that above your signature. Math, disability only. And you want to tell them too. The only thing I want y'all looking for is math. And again, I don't think you need to do it at all. But if you're going to do it, specify. If you do not specify, hold on, let me finish this. If they, and then I'm gonna get you. If you do not specify, they will test your son with everything, and you can end up being very surprised when you're called in to pick up your son's evaluation or attend the IEP meeting, and you realize they didn't put labels on your son that you never thought he had, and did not give them permission to test for. So that's IEP. Now let's talk about 504. 504 is a program that provides the child with reasonable accommodations in the school setting. Reasonable accommodations in the school setting. Okay? Not instructional modification. The IEP is a curriculum. The IEP is a curriculum. We're going to dumb down the learning. 504 is not a curriculum. 504 is only going to give your son supports, such as extra time to take his tests, regular breaks from the classroom, a behavior plan, a one.
So you want a 504 so they can remain on the same level as the other students and not an IEP where they're giving them things that's not on the same level as the other students. You know what? I'm learning my damn self. Although I don't have any, my two children, they grown doing their thing. Okay, thank God. You know they was good. They wasn't on none of that riddling or none of that mess. I didn't know. You know, hey, no. Thank God. You know, God, some people are just blessed and don't even know how blessed they are.
To one aid, he could get tutoring with that. With the 504, the instruction does not change. He stays on the same curriculum as all the other children. The big difference is 504 is only accommodations. IEP is the modification of instruction. The IEP is a curriculum. The 504 is not a curriculum. However, for both of them, you need a disabling condition. For the IEP, you need one of the 13 learning disabilities. For the 504, your son needs some kind of documented disabling condition. So whether that's behavior, whether that's memory, whether that's processing speed, whether that's diabetes or epilepsy or depression, any disabling condition that affects his ability to function in the school can get him a 504. For the IEP.
Now y'all see how this man giving this good advice. What's bad about this? He's giving, and he knows what he's talking about. I don't see no one else doing it. What I see is people pulling up videos about him from 20 years ago, talking about him. Oh, he raised $2.1 million. I can't be for sure, but I think it's some weird people in the world. Why don't you join and do stuff like this? There are people out there that need assistance. And there's a lot of folks out here in the YouTube streets and the Instagram streets and the TikTok streets. They think that, they educated and they know this, they can speak this, that, and the other. Well, use it for some good instead of tearing down someone. Instead of tearing down one man day after day after day, dragging him, saying, he's not opening no school. It's bushes growing around that school. It's weed. And no, it's not. He was just there. There ain't no grass growing. No, he wasn't just there. You jealous of that man, aren't you? You wish you was a King Kong of consciousness, don't you? And you know who I'm talking to. I don't have to call your name. Jealous. There's a lot of jealous people on the YouTube streets, though.
We're looking at a disability that affects learning. 504, we're looking for a disabling condition that affects functioning. Did that make sense to you?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. Any follow-up question?
So do you think education would be different if it was at a charter school versus a public school, like a KIPP school? Or
It depends. It depends. Some KIPP schools are good. Some KIPP schools are horrible. It all depends. Charter schools, by law, are considered individual school districts. A charter school is a school district of one school. And just like public schools, they vary widely and they're very.
And I know some people, black people, that have their children in charter school. And charter school, they go charter school. I mean, is it a good thing? My kids went to public school, Little Rock Central High. My daughter was a cheerleader at Little Rock Central High for 4 years and went to Little Rock Central High and graduated, then went on to a HBC, UAPB. Okay? My son went to the school as well, but he graduated from a different school. I graduated from Central myself. You know, I don't have a problem with public school, the public school system, but it's now that people want to charter. A lot of these black people, they're just into charter school. They want their kids to go to charter. And you know, the charter school here downtown Little Rock is downtown, is in the middle of downtown. There's no playground area or whatever, but they think it's the bum diggity because their kid goes to the charter school. And then at UALR, they have the charter for the upper class, I guess 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th grade. They go to school on they go to school there on the campus, and they can take college courses. But high school, there's, you know, Central, Parkview, there's some good high schools. Hey, Beefcake, how you doing, Beefy? He is right about the special education department and the IEP. They tried to tell me my son needed special education and he didn't. I had my son tested. See what I'm saying? He's dropping knowledge. He is dropping knowledge. Yes, hit that like button. Thank you, BK. He's dropping knowledge. Okay, let's get back to it because it's really some good information and I don't have much longer. I don't have much longer. But we're going to go through this whole video, but not tonight.
Be diverse. So one charter school might be great. Another charter school might be horrible. If you're considering a charter school, put them on a waiting list. But while you're on the waiting list, go on the website, go to the school district's website, see what their grades are. Go to the State Department of Education, see what the grades are, see what the test scores are. You got to research charter schools. Some of them are horrible. Some of them are excellent. Some of them are worse than the public school you took your child from. Some are better than the public school you took your child from. You have to investigate the charter school. You good?
That's the last question I have.
No problem. As I said, shoot me a text in about a week for that Newark, New Jersey. Let me double check the date on that. Hold on. Let me see here. Hold on. Right here. Newark is on April the 23rd from 1 to 5. And it's the Rutgers Black Professionals Network. And it's going to be held at the Norman Samuels Plaza. But I'm still waiting on the confirmation from them. But that's Wednesday, April 23rd from 1 to 5. And it's the Rutgers Black Professionals Network. I do believe it's open to the public. Again, I'm waiting on confirmation for the event, so you can check back in about a week to see if it's confirmed or not. Okay, my brother, be safe. And like I said, think about getting him a tutor and think about writing them the letter telling them that you do not want him evaluated at this time. You're just going to get a tutor, see how he does next year. But remember, whenever we're talking about learning disabilities in Black kids, you must account for effort. You must account for interests. You must account for motivation. You must account for practice. Again, effort, interests, motivation, and practice. If the child ain't got enough effort, if they don't have enough interest, if they don't have enough motivation, and if they don't practice, it's no need to talk about no learning problems. This is all effort and motivation.
Great. Okay.
No problem. Appreciate you, brother. Be safe.
Have a good one.
Okay, now. All right.
Oh,
Peace, King. Who am I speaking with?
this is Justin.
Brother Just, where you based at?
And for right now, I'm in Texas, man. For right now, I was in Florida, but
What part of Texas?
Austin.
Austin, Texas. Yeah, I spoke there three
Yes,
times.
sir.
Go right ahead with your question, my brother.
I really don't have no question. I just need guidance.
Okay.
Like a
Okay. Is it about children? Because this is only for the Black Parent Teleconference.
No.
Okay,
I don't have no children.
Okay, so shoot me a text and we can schedule a consult.
I texted you already. I told
Okay.
you my head
He busy. He busy.
Got you, brother. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You like bar, no doubt. I'll reach back out to you later.
All right, let me know.
Okay, bro. All right.
Love.
One love.
He's calling people live in real. Answer your phone, people. You're gonna miss it. I hope he called me.
Is this Sister Olivia?
Yes.
Okay. Are you in Aurora, Colorado, good sister?
No, we're Ohio.
Okay, Aurora, Ohio. Go right ahead with your question.
And she had her phone on and her TV on trying to listen to herself. So we got a lot of feedback. I listened to this in real time live. Okay.
Okay, I'd like to know how I can support my children who were experienced some narcissistic behavior from their stepfather.
Okay, is the stepfather still in their life?
No.
How long has he been gone from their life?
He's been gone. We've been gone physically 3 years.
Okay. Have they shown any symptoms of trauma or abuse since his departure?
Yes.
Like
They're
what?
very lack of self-confidence, lack of self-esteem, very down on themselves.
How old are the children?
17 and 18.
Oh, so they're almost adults. Okay, so
Yeah.
Counseling, therapy, that's what you need. You should Google Black psychologists, Black counselors, Black licensed professional counselors, Black clinical social workers in your area. I would just Google it right on the internet. Black psychologists, Black therapists, Black licensed professional counselors, and Black clinical social workers, and take them on about 3 or 4 interviews. Never go with the first person you talk to. Take them on about 3 or 4 interviews and see who they're comfortable with, and start the therapy from there.
Okay, then they have expressed that they don't really want to do therapy. Is there anything else that I could do?
No, ma'am. Therapy is how you heal. It's no other way. Therapy is how they heal. I mean, it'll be good if they could bond with a big brother, uncle, brother in the community, somebody who could take them under their wing, who you don't have to worry about trying to sexually exploit them, because we have so many sickos now. That would be good for them as well. But to heal, they're going to need therapy. They have to process what they went through. You can only heal by processing what you go through.
Okay.
Okay, my queen. If you have any trouble finding somebody Black, reach back out to me.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, now, no problem. Peace and love. This is the Black Parent Teleconference. Education and mental health for children.
Umar.
Peace, King. Where you based at?
Ohio, right outside of Cleveland.
Right side of Cleveland. Wait, am I going to be? I don't
Just
have a Cleveland
outside
day.
of
I
Cleveland.
will be in Columbus, Ohio on Sunday, May the 25th, African Liberation Day, for the Black Ohio Expo. I'll be doing a presentation at 3 p.m. on the psychoacademic Holocaust, the school to prison pipeline. So that's the Black Expo in Columbus, Ohio, Saturday, May the 25th. And it's a 2-day event, but I'm there on Sunday. Sunday. I'm there on Sunday the 25th, not Saturday. And I'll be doing a presentation at 3. But go right ahead with your question, good brother.
All right. So yeah, and thank you for taking the call. I actually saw you in Cincinnati years ago with my older son. Now I got a younger son. He is in first grade. We're having some behavioral issues. We seem to think that he may be on the spectrum of autism. And we are at a charter school. Not really satisfied with the charter school. Just trying to figure out what direction we can go. I'm sitting here with mom right now. Just trying to make sure that we can get some questions in regards to what direction we should go with his behavior. The kid lately just kind of not really, I mean, he's an intelligent young man, but not really interested in what's been given to him. Been having some, I want to say, physical issues in regards to just kind of rebellious behavior, I would think, but his attention span seems to be a little bit off a little bit.
What grade?
I just wanted to know. He's in first grade, 6 years old.
Okay.
And just trying to get him evaluated if he's autistic, if he's, we think it's a little bit more behavior because, again, he is smart, but he just doesn't seem to be interested. And he's starting to be, as it's getting warmer outside, it's starting to seem like it's starting to get a little physical. Okay. And we just want to catch it before it's too late.
Let me respond.
Yes, sir.
Okay, first of all, if it's me, I am not getting a first grader evaluation.
He's in the first grade. I agree with Dr. Umar. He's just in the first grade. He's a baby. He's a kid. He's still growing. Put your baby on no doggone Ritalin and all that crazy medication and mess their heads up. But let me let the doctor talk. And Dr. feel good.
At all. Because unless it's for speech, because you cannot prove any kind of a learning disability in a 6 or 7-year-old. You can't. Any first grader who's been evaluated anywhere in the world and determined to have any kind of a learning problem, that was nothing more than a professional opinion. There's no way under heaven you can prove a 6-year-old is autistic. The 6-year-old might be autistic, but you can't prove it at that age. I wouldn't do it at that age because it's only a hypothesis. It's a guess. It's a professional opinion. It's an inference. It's not a fact. I wouldn't test them that young. I would give.
So don't be having nobody tell you your 1-year-old, 2-year-old is autistic. They don't know. They can't be for certain. You've got that's too young. Listen to Dr. Umar, people.
My son time and maybe another year and see how he does. The other thing you need to keep in mind too, and this is what you got to pay attention to when you're dealing with children on the autistic spectrum. For the purposes of special ed, when we evaluate as school psychologists, we are looking not only at whether your son is autistic, but we're also looking at whether his autism affects his ability to learn. Because remember, he can only qualify for an IEP if the autism affects learning. It must affect learning. If your autistic son can learn in the regular class as well as any other child, it does not benefit him at all to be given an IEP. And it's actually illegal to give him an IEP because you can only qualify for special ed in the United States if, number one, you have a disability, in this case, the possibility of autism, and number two, that autism must affect your son's ability to learn. I've evaluated plenty of autistic children who stayed in the regular classroom because although they were autistic, they didn't have a learning problem. What they did end up getting was a 504 plan. We gave them accommodations. So they had to sit at the front, or they needed a one-to-one aid, or they needed to take regular breaks, or they had to be escorted to different classes, or they needed a behavior plan. Your son might need a 504 if in fact he is presumed or proven to be autistic. But at first grade, I wouldn't do it at first grade. I wouldn't do it at first grade. You know, now if y'all feel strongly about it, y'all can. I do not like testing first graders because you can't prove nothing at 6 and 7 years old. Okay, so now on the behavior side, don't ever let the school test your child for behavior. Don't ever let the school, don't ever go to a school and say, you know, our son having behavior problems or you're complaining about his behavior. We want y'all to evaluate and see what's going on. No way. Because the only disability under the umbrella of special ed that deals with behavior is emotional disturbance. That's the only one. That is the only disability of the 13 in the world of special ed that deals with behavior, emotional disturbance. And you don't want your black son running around with the ED label, because the ED boys, they are the most stigmatized. They are the most discriminated against. When you get classified as emotionally disturbed as a black boy in an American school, you can forget it. They basically have written you off as somebody who will ultimately drop out or go to prison. So you don't ever want to talk to them about behavior. And if they try to get your son evaluated outside of school for ADHD or conduct disorder or ODD, you want to say hell no, because all they're going to do is medicate your son if you do that. So if it's me, I'm just going to watch my son, see how he.
Don't put your child on that medication. Okay, we're going to finish this up. We will be finishing this. I'm going to stop sharing. We will be finishing his Black Parent Teleconference 2025. Maybe tomorrow. I don't know. I got to work late. But thank you guys for stopping by. I do appreciate it. But I got to get up in the morning. I got to be working at 7. You guys have an awesome night. And remember, Black queens forever at ease.